Hey guys, I'm 8-Bit Trip, and welcome to my second podcast. I'm here with TLeavss, and we're just gonna kind of crack straight into this. He's goofing off in his stash, fucking everything up. But
Well, I'm not fucking it up.
yeah, you're making mistakes. You don't have to lie.
It's not. No, it's. I don't know if anybody else gets it, but I get the fucking items moving error constantly when I'm trying to set shit up. When I'm trying to get fucking anything back in return,
Mm-hmm.
it just items moving error, items moving error, items moving error, and you have to restart every time. It's the most frustrating thing I've
Yeah,
encountered in a while in this game.
I get it. I get it. Can't do anything about it though.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, just imagine spending 10 minutes just fully readying your kit
yeah,
and one mag being the moving from like two slots to another two slots is the whole item moving error, and then you have to restart. It's terrible.
I. What'd you say? It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's awful. It's a nightmare.
Oh God, yeah. It's. I mean, it's been around for a while, so I guess I can say I'm used to it. But you're right. But it's a bug in the game that they know about, and that's why there's oh, items moving error. It's like, oh yeah, we know this happens, and we don't have a fix for it right now. They'll come up with one, I'm sure. But here, I got a topic for us.
Okay.
So just gonna level, just make a clear level here.
Oh yeah.
And maybe you can expand on this, tea leaves. But I think real quick, I just want to say that I believe that the video game market right now is just oversaturated with a lot of good games. Um, like Modern Warfare. You have Doom Eternal coming out. Um, I didn't get to play it, but you had Sekiro, or however the From Software game that came out last year.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't fucking touch it because at the same time I got Escape from Tarkov and just devoted my whole life to that game.
Yeah.
We got Resident Evil 3 coming out here soon, and I'm probably still gonna be just fucking playing Tarkov.
Narcov.
Out here trying to get a Kappa. I'm making
Yeah.
progress. For me, I really slowed down on my tasking. Like I was way ahead of the game. We're like 4 months into this thing, and last month or last wipe, I was like 30 days in. I was at where I'm currently at right now. But I also didn't really have a lot of shit going on in my life at the time, so things are a little bit more busy. But here's my problem with it. This is what I'll say.
Yeah.
The worst. I'm a fucking part-time student. I work part-time. The coronavirus is about to fuck that whole thing up. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if school and Best Buy want me to die today. And then I game full time on the side. I'm a full-time gamer. Sometimes I even stream. So I don't have any fucking money to buy to buy these new games. And to enjoy these diamonds in the rough that everybody gets to just sit down and get their grimy hands on, and I'm over here just like Tarkov's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's like a lot of options to play, and like I've heard like the lurking rumor of GTA 6 coming out when these other new next gen consoles come out, which the original GTA, I mean, I easily put 1,500 to 2,000 hours into that game when I was just playing console, because I mean,
Mm.
GTA is like, it's a great pastime. I mean, you can't be driving around and customize cars and just getting blown up around every corner.
You can't.
What's not to love about that?
You can't. I thought you were gonna go a different route. You can't be driving around shooting hookers, fucking robbing gas stations, running from
No,
the
yeah,
cops.
that's not the normal, but that's
Motherfuck
that's
the
the
ops.
normal on GTA.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't fuck with 12, and then
Yeah,
bust your gat.
yeah, I've heard rumors about it. That's one I've been looking. I constantly look into just because GTA is one of my favorite things. Like in the past, but now there's too much stuff coming out to where I don't have enough time to
Yeah.
master one thing. I mean, like the COD Battle Royale came out. Everybody's going to jump on that for the first little bit. That's going to consume everything for a little while until the fizzle dies down. Which I haven't gotten to touch that yet. I saw you had played it a little bit, huh?
Yeah, 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 I didn't do very well.
You probably haven't played a fast-paced shooter in a while, huh?
No. I went in there. I
You went
dropped.
in there Tarkov style, didn't you?
I went in there. I dropped in. I got shot while parachuting in.
I respawned in. Tried again.
I landed on a building. That actually happened too. I landed on a building and I got my shit fucking just riddled by somebody, and then I died. And then I won the gulag match, and I went back out. And for some reason, my audio just every part of my audio just went out, and I couldn't hear a fucking thing. And Spartan's like, dude, he's over here. And I'm like, where? And I see the guy, and I dump a clip, and then I just, yeah, I missed every single shot and died.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my streamer.
Yeah, that's the guy you follow. Stick around.
That's the guy who taught me how to shoot people on Tarkov. The guy who can't hit anybody on Call of Duty. That's my guy.
I'm really bad at video games. Like, I'm notoriously bad at most video games. Tarkov's just like something I picked up, and the only reason why I'm good at it is because I got to know about the game before anybody else.
And yes, you have just thousands of hours of experience that people don't have yet.
Dude, I do go sicko mode sometimes.
Yeah, I think I've picked up on it recently. Like, I've had a couple more, like, like big squad wipes, like even solo. I like wipe teams now, which before I was terrified to walk building to building with any form of gear on.
I'll never get over the first night we played together with Grape. You're like, Grape, just watch this door.
Oh god,
this is the only way that they can come right now.
I'm not even experienced at Tarkov, and I knew that there was one way somebody could come in.
Yeah.
And he just gets clapped looking right at it. I don't know. It's wild. I don't know.
He's like, I don't know where he shot me from. He's like, I do. The fucking door that you weren't looking at. He's like, no, that's impossible. Oh boy.
Like, I was just like, I don't know. It was just that kid was something else.
Yeah.
It's just like spatial and like just environmental awareness is just nothing.
Yeah. Hey, made a good video though,
It did make a good video. It's just like, I just don't know how people just.
We had some fun
times days like that.
I don't know how people survive having one extra chromosome. I'm moving on here. So that new Call of Duty thing is free to play. Yeah, I didn't have to spend money on it. You can just download.
Is it a separate download, like from the actual game itself?
Yeah,
or is it like
so it's standalone. And there's like other streamers playing it too. But I just realized after like an hour, we're just freaking. It was basically respawn battle royale going on because we couldn't get into this match for a solid like 20 minutes because people kept on leaving before the game would fill up. And and I just realized like I really don't want to play this. Like
this really isn't what's gonna suit my needs right now.
Yeah. But free to play, dude.
Anything free to play is always good.
It's great for a person that doesn't have money, aka 90% of video gamers.
I thought you were gonna say AKA me.
Yeah.
I thought that's not the route I was going.
We're putting them all in a demographic here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, those videos will be in here. You'll see me. You'll see my first experience with Modern Warfare. But yeah, Tarkov. I have no problems with it right now, except the stutters are ridiculous. I've noticed that the stutters came back full force, and I've never been one to complain about stutters, but now I am a complainer. I'm out here, tossing my opinions around.
I mean, for like a beta, I really don't have many problems with it either, other than just the items moving thing. But they know about that; it'll get fixed in time. It's just annoying little things.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do anything about hackers. You always run into that. It's just something. Pretty much any game is you're gonna hit that. The only thing which I know they're gonna fix at some point when they release their big update is the hatchlings. That's just really annoying. People just butt stuffing everything. Yeah, which I know they'll fix it where like the valuable items won't be able to be like pocketable, which will be a lot better because it's gonna bring the gear factor back in, and people are gonna have to gear up if they want to protect what's actually in their backpack. Because I agree with all the streamers. At first, I didn't agree with it, but I agree with all the streamers now that anything you find in raid, I believe, should just be in your backpack. That just is gonna make people actually use gear. Like you can't hatchling run if you have something valuable in your backpack. So that's my only complaints.
It would make everything a lot more expensive, I think. Sadly, like like a LEDX would probably immediately jump up to a 10 mil item, especially since you need them for like quests to get a thick items case. Yeah. I mean, my biggest issue with it is like Shoreline became my favorite map to run. It's like the number one place where I can actually do something on my own, you know?
Yeah, because Shoreline, I mean, once you learn it, it's a map that you don't have to have people. If you know it well enough, sometimes you can maneuver it better than people that have a group. So
yeah, so my main issue is that unless you literally beeline it straight to the resort, I mean, there's a solid chance you're in a raid with like 3 to 4 hatchlings that get there before you every single time.
Exactly.
You know, it didn't used to be like that. I mean. I
mean, even when you first started teaching me, like we never did that, and that wasn't even that long ago. That was just a few months ago, maybe like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah. And I mean, the first like 10 times we played that, I mean, we never ran into a hatchling. It was always somebody at least with like maybe minimum a Mosin or a hunter or something. But usually everybody we killed was geared.
Yeah.
So it was.
It's depressing.
Different dynamic. Yeah, it's a different dynamic. Then it's just like. Now everybody can run around with no gear and hope for the best, and they can find a mill item, and then it doesn't even matter.
And then they just disconnect, and you find a dead body on the ground that literally just says they died, and there's no there's
dead.
no repercussion for it. They get out of the raid, they go and sell their LEDX, and they just pocket a mill, buy their meds.
I've seen some of them don't even go out and heal. They just go right back in. Yeah. With like 40 overall health.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You really don't. If you die to circumstances like just leaving the game, you have 1 HP in each limb. I'm pretty sure.
And which can you still sprint with just 1 health and each of the limbs?
They're not going to be blacked out or anything, so yeah.
Yeah, so it won't even hurt you. Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's rough.
And again, hackers I haven't had to deal with. I've steered clear away from labs for a while, and I'm guessing that's where they're popping up again. But there's just
just the highest like value for them is going to be labs because I mean with the thing that's out, like they can just grab loot from wherever, and obviously that has the most high value spawns. So you don't really. I don't think we've run into any outside of labs. I think I've hit 1 or 2 in labs, but I believe that's it.
Patch notes. Let's look at the patch notes. I know I'm pretty late on this, but let's go over some things that they're adding in. I'm always excited for new content. Patch point 12, Escape from Tarkov. Maybe this will be it. I don't know. No, this is not it. I was completely wrong. 6 days ago. So I'm about a week late. We got new sets of character customization, grenade case, which I doubt. I like
that's a thing. Is that in yet, or that's what's going to be added?
It's going to be added. I'm not excited for it because I just really don't know how I'm going to use it. Except maybe the underbarrel grenade launcher. I'll probably use that. Then I'll probably use it.
Yeah.
New barter loot and trading schemes. Hideout crafting schemes. New quests added in for whoever. They're raising the flea market level to level 15. I know that. And I'm actually some people are upset about it. But if you ask me, like, there used to be a point in the game where we didn't have a flea market. You had to get either you only got what you got out of raids, or you would buy people's stuff off a fence if you wanted like other people's things that they're selling. So level the thing about the level 15 trade is that there's people that probably are getting, that get banned before level 15, either for cheating or having an account where they sell in-game, like real life, sell in-game money for real life money, and they have access to the market at level 5. Well, if you actually make them have to do like that level 15,
it takes a minute to get there.
It can, especially if you're a new player or however you're like getting into it. I mean, even myself, like that level 15 jump where you unlock like Ragman and a whole bunch of other traders, like that is a, for me, I would say like that's a point where you're kind of settled into the game anyway. So once you actually achieve like unlocking the flea market at that point, you start getting level 2 traders and stuff. Like I see it as a major positive, especially for I mean, it's gonna suck for new players, but like once the wipe actually happens, like TLeavss, you don't do any tasks, so you're like over here level 20,
Yeah. See, I think that'll actually like force people to like actually do some tasks if they'd like to get to that level quick. And like you said, with the people who do, like, I mean, it's gonna be in every game. Every game has like some marketplace where somebody can sell something for real money, but it's going to make them, if they want to genuinely do that, they're going to have to go in, put their time in, play to be able to actually access that type of stuff. And hopefully the level 15 gap will encourage more lower level people to continue to that, because everybody else is having to do the same thing, so they're not just going to be getting just plowed by level 10 people who've bought every bit of money that they have in the game.
I mean,
just buy the best gear.
You can look at Johnny. Apparently he's out here like, I don't know, somehow he's
running a stock market with keys.
with keys, and he's level like 20, so
yeah,
and he's got more money than I do, so
yeah, I mean, there's definitely ways to make money that are viable. Like I don't think that's a bad thing that he's like buying and selling the keys at the right points. That's a smart way to do it.
But he could have been doing that since level 5,
Yeah, that's the only bad thing. I agree with that. Since the level, like I was fine with even it being 15's even better, just because it makes it a lot more time consuming to actually get to that point. If they want to do it, they genuinely have to invest it in the game a little bit.
If you slow down the gameplay of Escape from Tarkov, whether for anybody and how long it takes for you to get to your end game. Like for me, my end game originally this wipe was to have level 4 traders, and that was it. So just get to level 40 and have level 4 traders, and it got to a point where I'm like, all right, I still love playing Escape from Tarkov, but I need something to do, otherwise I'm just getting on. And so like I the only way I can find combating like burning out on Tarkov is like, for me, I've been running the MPX.
Getting back into the tasks. Just running like odd end stuff that doesn't really get touched much.
Yeah, like I used to run the MPX last wipe because it was like the most affordable gun. AP ammo, 9mm AP ammo you used to be able to get from Peacekeeper for like $2 a round at level 2.
Yeah.
And so it was super quick. You can get armor penetrating ammo, and then the MPX was like next to nothing to build up. And I literally probably ran that gun for like 300 raids in a row, just nonstop. And I forget it exists, because I'm just like, oh, I get to level 40 and it's M4s and labs just 24/7.
Yeah.
What do you think about the fatigue debuff? So, or like the separating out your stamina between your arms and your legs,
Um,
if you know about it.
See, yeah, I know about it. I have kind of mixed feelings on that one. I don't think like I like the points of realism within the gear, the weapon modding,
Mm-hmm.
the fights, how the fights take place, how that you can get killed from anywhere on the map because people actually snipe, like realistic stuff. But I think at some points you can get too in depth with the realism and lose out on the factor that this is still a video game. This is still a virtual world. This isn't real life.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted an extreme realism and I wanted to like have to make my character pee and stretch his legs and make sure that his hands are strong enough to hold a weapon for a certain amount of time, like I'd go Scum or something that like requires that much in-depth detail. I don't want it to get where this game is almost like a hassle to play when you're in the thing, like where you're more worried about what your character's health, or not health, but like character's overall like I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like have to worry about your character's like well-being more so than actually fighting other people and getting to gear kind of thing. I don't want that to I don't want those to collide, the extreme realism with the factor that this is indeed still a
So you think
video game.
it might take away from like, well, I mean, one thing
Because I mean, Tarkov has very low amounts of high intensity areas, like other than when you're in gunfights.
Mm-hmm.
And if you add in all these factors that are going to take away from your character being able to run somewhere efficiently, just because he has a heavy set of gear on,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take away from a lot of that. Those little bits of adrenaline packed.
Yeah. Here's something I'm gonna say. You have let's say you jump, right, and then you ADS right after that, maybe to get an angle on somebody. And one of two things. Let's say it's like the last bit of your stamina. Maybe you got shot. Who knows? Right now, your gun would be swaying all over the place. With that system, you have your arm stamina separate from your jumping, or your leg stamina. So if that action were to be done, you might still be able to ADS with your arms and have good accuracy, be able to hold your gun straight. So I think it can be helpful. I'm not sure how they're going to implement like endurance changes and strength changes to it. To, get that to scale up. And I guess another thing I wanted to say was just that I mean, we have reason to believe that like we can look at our body temperature of our PMC, in the game. I'm pretty sure it's on the main menu. And just based off of that right there, like we have reason to believe, like how in DayZ, if it's raining, you can get like hypothermia and sick, So like, who knows how like maybe outfits might help that out. I don't know, but like, there's a lot of more stuff that's gonna be added in. That's gonna try and make it as hyper realistic as possible, and that's really what draws. I've never played a game as realistic as Tarkov, either in gunplay or just like even audio. Like the audio is scuffed sometimes, but like I've never played a game where I put on a helmet and I'm deafened because I have a helmet over my ears,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
So like that blew my mind. My first scav raid, and I put on a cold pack. I'm like, yes, dude. And I'm like, wait, I can't hear anything. What is going on here? So there's stuff like that. No. I'm excited for the patch. I'm just more excited. For me, what makes me hyped up is just new content.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it regardless. No matter what they do, I'm still gonna play it. I mean, you can always get used to things. Mm-hmm. I say I might not like some things, but maybe when depending on how they implement it, if they do it the right ways, could be something that I really like.
Yeah.
I'm just stating the bad versions of what could happen, but if they implement it right, I think all the stuff that they're headed towards is in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm excited. Here's what I need to do. For me, I'm probably gonna end it off here with a couple statements here, but like, one thing I'm just gonna throw this opinion out, and but I really don't think that they should stop doing wipes once they get to full game.
I'm 100% with you on that.
Because if this game stops doing wipes, then I'm gonna I'm not gonna be able to play it after like a time. Like I have 2,500 hours into the game now. But right now, I am struggling with staying on Tarkov, where I'm more excited to play Doom Eternal. I tried Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I think I would enjoy the campaign of Modern Warfare more than the actual multiplayer, because I got drop shotted, and I was just like, okay, like I'm not dealing with this. It's like just brought back like wartime flashbacks. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. And then you got like I still got to play Sekiro. I'm feeling some Dark Souls run throughs again, so like I got to mix it up. I don't understand people that are able to play this game as much as like some of the streamers do. And I'm afraid that those people that could possibly make fantastic content for a lot of other games are just going to be like held down and restricted, like Veritas tried to implement Mordhau to his video game stuff, or to his stream, and he'd just lose viewers immediately because he'd stop playing Mordhau. And I'm not a big fan of like, if you like a content creator for Tarkov, like don't like him just because he plays Tarkov. Like for me, I'm not going to be a person that can only play Tarkov. I mean, if I'm making content, I'm gonna have to switch it up every once in a while. Like, we've been through our rounds. We played PUBG. That was a blast for like one day. We had Insurgency Sandstorm. I don't even know if that was fun, but golly jeepers,
it was just a different environment,
different pace. So
yeah.
I guess really, I just hope that I guess with the future of Tarkov, I never want content updates to slow down. I don't want I like the direction that they're going with some of these updates to kind of slow down progression, and with like flea market and make an end game seem a little bit more like valid, because if you're able to get everything in the game at level 5, and if you're like starting the game late into the wipe, like there's no reason to really progress or do tasks or anything like that if you literally don't have to do anything to get it. You just get to level 5 and you have access to the whole game. So I hope that they slow down progression for Tarkov, so then I can enjoy it for a lot longer and make that early game. The most fun part of this game is whenever everybody has nothing and you're all grinding for something.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's the best part of this game. So I'm going to end it off there because we're reaching about 30 minutes here. But thank you, TLeavss, for speaking with me. And then
always.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And then if anybody made it to this part of my video, just be sure to subscribe if you like to. I'm going to have a Twitch and Discord link down in the description if you like to come check that out sometime. I typically can run like an 8-hour stream on Mondays, and then I did stream today. What is today? Wednesday. So Wednesdays, and it's pretty hit or miss on the weekends right now. But thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you next time.